You're listening to phoenixradio.com.au. You're on Spaced Out right here with Patrick, that's me, and our wonderful Dr. Rachel Hannam. How are we?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am fabulous. So this week's topic is why have we seen a rise in people reaching out for professional help during all these COVID-19 lockdowns?
Yeah, well, there's been an increased demand for mental health services around the Western world. I just looked that up last night, and it's not just in Australia. It's certainly the case in my private practice. We have 25 practitioners and we still can't service the demand. I think that the COVID crisis has heightened the risk factors associated with poor mental health, like financial insecurity and anxiety, unemployment, fear of job loss, fear of getting COVID, having to wear masks everywhere. But it's also affected what we call protective factors, so social connection through meeting up in clubs and concerts and team sports and all of that, our engagement in the workplace and educational spaces, so that engagement level has necessarily gone down. Access to physical exercise, particularly in groups, our daily routines have been changed, our access to health services, all of this has been affected, and these are the things that kept us protected from mental health problems before. So we've kind of seen the risk factors go up, the protective factors fall away, and it's definitely led to this unprecedented worsening of general mental health in the population. Anxiety and sleep disturbances have gone up, depression's increased. And particularly this has affected young people who live alone with lower socioeconomic status, and women who have lower paid jobs, and parents who've been stuck at home with kids. So certain people have been more affected.
Yes, and I am sure that my mum can relate to that one 100%. Being stuck at home with me was definitely not good for her mental health.
Might not have been great for yours either.
Oh, well, you never know. So we spoke a few weeks back on the importance of getting out and eating healthy and exercising, but of course we saw the shutting down of gyms. We couldn't go out and hang out with our friends, so if they were our exercise buddies, we couldn't go and do that anymore. So if we were to see another lockdown come up, hopefully we don't, what could we do at home or within the boundaries of lockdown to kind of replicate the things we were seeing outside of lockdown with exercise and all of that?
Yeah, well, we've been so fortunate in Brisbane, haven't we, with our lockdowns only kind of being a week or so. I continued to meet with my exercise buddy during lockdown because you were allowed to exercise with one other person. And, you could still get a takeaway coffee. So, that was a godsend, really. Personally, and I've recommended this to people, I just would FaceTime with a group of, or do a Zoom call with a group of friends. So at least I stayed in connection with them, on a Friday night instead of going to a restaurant or a pub. It's a good time to take up yoga or some exercise you can do on your own, or meditation. Some people have framed the lockdowns as opportunities to, it's hard. If you don't feel the motivation to learn something new when you're in a lockdown, just forgive yourself. That's okay. Some people do get quite down to that change to their routine. But some people already have a meditation practice or a yoga practice. So pick that up again. But get outside, go for a walk, do the Zoom calls with friends and family. Do what you can.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, and yes, like you said, we have been very fortunate being able to meet up with one or so other people and that. Awesome. Well, that's been our last segment with Dr. Rachel Hannam, unfortunately. Of course, you can go and catch up on everything back on the Phoenix Radio podcast, which is on all of our social media sites. And Rachel plans on putting them up on her YouTube channel, I believe.
Yeah, we'll do that. And the Facebook page, which is just North Brisbane Psychologists.
Awesome. So plenty of places on the wonderful internet, which seems to be a huge help, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of the time.
It can be. Evil or good. Awesome. Thank you very much for all of your time with us, Rachel. It's been my pleasure to have you in the studio.
Likewise. Thanks, Pat.
No worries. Thank you all for tuning into Spaced Out right here on phoenixradio.com.au. It's been great. We'll see you when I'm looking at you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.